Take the legs in, take the body in, and we're laying back. So here we're taking a couple of really good deep breaths. It's like we're giving our body a chance to wake up. And we're just feeling this excitement, like being a little kid. We're just so excited for any of this good stuff to come. And so let's set up a word as our intention for today. The word being vitality. So to me, vitality means not only that I have the energy to do the things that I want to do, but also I feel good within my body. So those are kind of the ideas that make up vitality for me. And so allow vitality to kind of be our inspiration today. Not only does it help us when we're stretching to make sure that we're moving in the ways that are most kind and most helpful for the body, but also it's just this reminder, I'm going to breathe because that's how I remain in vitality. I'm going to keep good thoughts passing through me. I'm going to focus on the things that feel the best. And so in these ways, we're just helping ourselves feel better and better and better. And so with that easy idea to get us started today, let's take the arms and stretch them all the way to the back wall. We'll begin to wiggle shoulders all the way to the left and all the way to the right. Just a couple of easy stretches to each direction. Beautiful. So from here, when the spine is back in the middle, let's take our right knee into the chest. Hug it in. Let's give that right foot some nice ankle rolls. When you're ready to extend right leg up to sky, let's feel that extension, that reach all the way up. We'll take it like the pigeon pose. Slide that right ankle all the way over to that back left part. You're hooking the heel on the end, but kind of by your ear. And then once you've hooked it, the knee gets to swivel out to the side. And then I usually hook a hand around my shin to slide that shin in. So in doing that, I'm getting into that hip. So take another deep breath in and out. Bring out this leg, drop it all the way down. Second knee comes in. We'll do a couple of those nice little ankle rolls. You're ready for the leg to reach up to the sky. Give it a good stretch. And hook that heel all the way on the back right part. Slide the shin in. Give it a couple of breaths. Good. Let's take another beautiful inhale. And with our exhale, we'll start to free out this leg. Stretch maybe before we drop it down. And then let's head up to sit. So kick the feet off the front. We're sitting up. Let's head to our inversion. So hook the thumbs. And then our legs have to go wide so we won't fall out. And then wrap your ankles. Once you've done that wrap, hands can let go. Sometimes I want some activity, so I'm doing little crunches. Other days, it's more like I just need my spine to drop long. So really just be kind to the body. Just listen for what feels the best. And you can explore. Sometimes I'll like walk my hand to one side of the mat and my other hand to the other so that it twists my spine. Yep. Kind of toward top of the mat and base of the mat. Yeah, just like that. Sometimes I'll kind of clasp my hands behind my back to pull my arms into a nice shoulder stretch. So lots of options that you can play with. It just depends on what feels good. Collectively, our group is starting to head out, so no rush, but maybe a couple more breaths if you're still upside down. And then when you're ready to start heading out, come to our nice floating child pose. I especially like to let the shoulders wiggle forward a little bit so that I'm stretching my back. Head heavy helps to pull the muscles of the back into the stretch. Beautiful. We're taking another good inhale. Exhale. And when we're starting to sit up, let's take a little twist. Let's bunch up the fabric to our right side. Your right shoulder should be pointing to the back wall, so open that arm to the back wall or circle it around you at the back side of your head, just like that. And you choose what this twist is for you. So usually I don't like to force the vertebrae to just be going too much, but there is kind of that happy medium where it's just enough stretch, enough to help increase vitality, but not too much that we're going to like dislocate our discs or anything. Nice inhale. And exhale. Let's start to release. Let's take it to the second side. Bunch up the fabric. That arm that's going to the back wall, open it or circle around the head. And a deep breath into the belly. And exhale, we start to release. When we're facing back forward, take the right thigh inside of the fabric. We're gonna try to set up a hug around that right thigh. So my arms are wrapping under the thigh. I'm trying to get it as tight of a hug as I can. Once I've got the hug set up, I lean my back just a hair backwards to counterbalance the weight of my leg. And then from here, my right leg muscularly tries to straighten up as much as it can. Good, and then let it gently bend. So repeat that nice and easy. 4, extension, and bend. 3, maybe these muscles are pretty tight right now. And relax. 2. And this last time, when it straightens, see if you can walk your hands up the leg, helping that straight leg stretch continue to build us deeper into the hamstrings. Good, take one more deep breath in. And exhale, right leg can drop down. Okay, take the left leg in, try to set up the hug. You're leaning back just a hair, and then we can pick that left leg up, feel that stretch, and bend. 4, and release. 3, and down. 2, and relax. And this last one will stay. So see if you can walk your hands up the leg. Really good stretch. Nice inhale. And exhale, go ahead and drop it down. Let's play with vampire. We will go to the splits practice first. So we'll do a little bit of time on each side. And then after that, you'll have some free time to play with whatever you want with the vampire, any of the variations. So first, heading into vampire, one thin layer of fabric over the shoulders, enough to do a complete cap sleeve. And then our elbows are taking the excess down to our waist. We lay all the way back, make sure it feels right. You've got plenty to cover the shoulders. Good, so once you've laid all the way back, then we'll start to step our feet in. At the same time that I straighten my legs out, I also need to lift my hips up, so that takes the excess down to my feet. Good. So this is enough excess that you can cover your right foot, and then the left foot comes free outside of the fabric. Okay, good there. So hands grab up, take a little grip of the fabric, both feet come up, and then push out into the fabric to rise upside down. Good, right foot drops down into the space in front of our chest. There you go. And then left foot slides all the way, stepping down to the floor. Once you've made it there, sink your weight back, taking a nice split stretch. So 2 more deep belly breaths. Good. And you could come all the way back inside to do the switch, or just step in like a plank. So 1 foot steps in, hold like you're flying upside down. Then when you're ready to step the other foot out, right foot goes down to the floor. Good. When you make it there, sink your weight back, getting into those hamstrings. Some more breaths. Good. From here, this becomes your free time. So if you want to play with planks, that's fine. If you want to play with a pike, kind of like a plow pose, that could be beautiful. You want to hang upside down vampire. Sometimes that's the best thing we can do for our shoulders. Taking that huge massage of our body weight down into our shoulders. So this is whatever feels good for our system right now. And take as much time as your body is loving it. So any that are still upside down, go ahead and start heading out. It'll take a little bit of recovery time. We're listening to our bodies right now. So stay in the Shavasana as long as it feels good. At some point when you're ready to start coming back up to sit, that's fine. Just listen to your body to know when those transitions should happen. Still need more time, just continue to take it. If you're getting to that point where you're like, okay, I think I'm good, I think I'm safe, then we'll lift ourselves up and out. So bunch up the fabric, just help those hips rise up and out. Let's take the fabric around in front of us. We'll grip on about as wide as our shoulders. And as we let ourselves lean forward, listen to your body to know what types of movements would be most helpful for the spine. So sometimes it's just stillness. Sometimes that gets us into the shoulders really nicely. Sometimes I know that I should wag myself left and right. And other days it's more of a cat-cow, rounding the vertebrae up, and then trying to drop the belly down. Notice how any little movement you take affects the shoulders. So just listen to how all those connections are doing. Trying to find something that's not too much, not too little. Good. So take another breath or two. Let's eventually work our way up to stand. From here, we're gonna go right into some really good leg stretches. So grab this back into the fabric, right? That's the one that's really close to you. And then wave out the fabric for a moment. This will make it possible so that we can take our right leg all the way inside the fabric. So a nice straight leg covered up by fabric, the whole thing. Good. So you'll notice from here, if I'm exaggerating it and I'm trying to stand super far back, it's a really hard balance because it's like I'm fighting against the fabric. And you can kind of see the struggle because it's like the whole fabric, everything is tilted toward me. So that's not what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to go for the spot like right in the center where it's like my leg floats. So you can see it in the plumb line and everything because it's pointed directly down. So when you've gotten to that good kind of floating spot, what you're gonna do is dive both hands inside the fabric and then push the elbows out into each side. So this helps to lift your leg up toward you as you're leaning down toward it. So this is nice in the shoulders, nice in the hamstring, nice in the spine. So just breathe here. We'll be here for a little while. One more deep breath in and out. And let the spine start to rise up. From here, we'll take a little twist. So the left hand can stay, the right hand can reach up to the sky, start to open up behind you. Good, return that arm back up and forward. From here, our hands are going to be just on the left side. So just working on that left side. Your right hand reaches up really high as you can grip. And then your left hand is at your heart. From here, turn the toes out to the left side. So your whole body is facing to that left long edge. And then start to bend at your waist. Some people will bend at about a 90-degree angle and then just pause. Some people can drop the left hand all the way to the floor or on the shin. If you get here and you still want more, you could hop the hand like a foot closer to the top of your mat and then sink your weight forward. Another deep inhale. And exhale takes our weight over the standing leg if we went forward at all. That left hand comes up to grab the fabric. Usually the way I'll come up is I'll bend the knee like a spring and then just kind of bounce my way up. Good, so once I'm up, I grip one hand on each side again to turn my toes on the ground to face that forward. From here, take the fabric up to your glute. You do want it to kind of cover the glute area for this next one. So once we're there, swivel this knee out to the side. And then both arms and shoulders dive through the center of the fabric. That dive is what keeps us safe. Our shoulders cannot fall backwards now. So from here, let's take a little toe stretch. The toes on the mat slide back as far as you can reach. And then kind of rock forward on the foot so that it pulls the whole fascia into a little stretch. You can stay here or go for a quadricep stretch. Left hand slides up the knee on that left leg, up to the foot. Occasionally I can get my second hand around, but you don't feel like you have to. And if you don't feel the quad stretch, pull the knee a couple of inches backwards. That'll always get you there. Let's take another huge inhale. And exhale. We can play with a nice lotus pose. So this left foot comes underneath us. Sometimes just grabbing onto that foot is enough of a hip opener. Sometimes we can take the shins to kind of stack like a lotus pose. Sometimes they stay by themselves. Other times they want to slip off. So only if it's spine staying, maybe hands can come to the heart. Good. It's funny for me because just sitting cross-legged, usually I don't feel my hips stretching at all. But here it's like just enough that it's like, oh, that's a good stretch right there. Kind of fun because it feels like we're a floating monk or something. Let's take one more good breath in and out. Good. When left leg drops back to the ground, slide the leg as far back as you can reach again. This one's going to be a pigeon pose. So if you're in enough of a hip opener, just leaning forward, that's great. If you need more, you'll take the fabric and slide it partway down the thigh or all the way down the thigh. The further down you go, the more it'll allow the hips to drop down. Good. So I'm gonna give you 2 ways to come out. The second way is gonna be a crazy hamstring stretch, so not everybody can get there. But it's fun to play with sometimes if you wanna try. So the first way to come out, you'll just hop the foot underneath you and just slowly ease your way out, the reverse of everything we did. So you'll extend the leg and then, do every little step. If you're gonna try to go through that crazy hamstring stretch, what you're going to do once you've kind of stood up is keep this leg inside the fabric up to like the shin calf area, and then try to drop down onto your back knee. So then that'll take you into a really deep stretch by trying to kneel down right there. Good, a nice inhale. Yeah. If you just got there, feel free to hold a couple more breaths. It's pretty deep. And from here, again, 2 ways to come out. You could just shake, like kind of just slide the foot out, or grabbing up high, come up, back up to stand, and then just slide the foot out. Good. Once you're back up to stand, you can feel this whole right leg like, oh man, I'm so free. So let's take our left leg into that same kind of freedom. If your fabric doubled up at all, make sure to free it out. And then you'll take left leg inside. Make sure you're not standing too far back. It's kind of that floating leg position. So when you're there, both arms come inside, push the elbows out. That lifts up the leg toward you. Breath going into the belly, 2 more deep cycles. Good. And rising up, this one's gonna be the twist. So right hand can stay, left hand reaches up to sky. And start to bring it all the way to the back wall. Another good inhale. Exhale. The arm starts to return. Good. So from here, we're just focusing on grabbing the right side. The right hand is at the heart. The left hand slides up as high as you can reach. And from that grip, start to turn the toes to the right long edge. And then begin to bend at the waist, maybe 90 degrees, and then pause. Maybe right hand drops to shin or floor. Maybe we also hop that hand in and sink the weight to the mirror. Good. Let's take our weight over the standing leg. Right hand can grip on. Then kind of bring a bend to the knee to help spring us up. Grip one hand on each side, turn the toes to help you face forward. And this is where we start to slide the fabric up to the glutes. So swivel the knee out to the side. And dive the shoulders forward. The foot on the ground slides back into the toe stretch. can stay or head into the quad stretch. Right hand sliding up to the right foot. Remember, if you don't feel it, pull the knee backwards a little bit. Beautiful. So now if you want to try for the floating lotus, maybe that right leg swings around in front. You can hold it low, you can set it higher. It's whatever's working for your body. Possibly getting a good stretch on that rotation of the right hip open. A nice inhale and exhale. We can drop right foot down, sliding it as far back as you can reach. Pigeon. If you're not as deep as you want to be in the pigeon, some of the fabric can slide back down your thigh or maybe go all the way. It's really up to you. Huge inhale, exhale. The foot underneath us hops right under our body. We come up so that our shoulders can come from behind. And then this is starting to get to your choice. Do you want to just take the foot out, or do you want to take that crazy stretch, extending the leg back forward, grip on high so you can slowly lower onto the back knee. I like to even make the fabric go more toward calf ankle area. That helps my knee not be force bent. Yeah, it's a kind of a balance. Good, and then maybe a couple of breaths right there. Nice inhale. And perhaps just slide the fabric off the foot or grab up high so you can hop back up to stand. Good work. Foot can free out. It's about high time for another inversion, so let's do a nice straddle back. So fabric around the back side of our shoulders. I guess front side of shoulders, back side of our hips. Our hands keep the fabric right there across the sacrum. One foot steps back. And then bend the knees to lean back. Tiptoe forward until you're under plumb line to prevent the huge swing. And then knees wide, wrap the ankles. Good. So I'll give you a couple of things you could play with for a moment, but then after that, I'll give you some more free time. So first, perhaps a handstand. Hands come right under our shoulders. Wrap the toes even around the fabric, so that at the same time, you straighten your legs and straighten the arms up in the handstand. Inner thighs, I like to squeeze them together. That'll take that last bit of slack out. Good. You could let go of your hands even, and you'll be a bit higher up than you were before. Kind of a fun little variation. At any point, you want to bend your knees back, slide it back to the frog position. That'll take us back where we were. So you could play back and forth with that. You could also take chandelier, rotating one leg to the space behind you, and grabbing on with one or both hands. You'll eventually take that leg to wind around before you wrap the second. Good, and you can repeat any of those. You could just hang. I'll give you plenty of free time. So just keep on enjoying it as long as it's still feeling good for your body. Even shoulder stretches that feel good, you can absolutely take them while you're hanging here. I know. Sometimes it's, yeah.
I love when I lose the feeling in my legs.
You like that type?
Yeah, it's so weird. I know it's weird, but and then when we
I guess that's true because sometimes I'll sit here long enough that that I get the kind of the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're all out. Go ahead and take some recovery time, especially if you just got out. Take here just a moment. You'll kind of help me know. Actually, let's just take a little deeper stretch for just a moment. So let's walk our feet up until hips are under plumb line. This will continue to give our head some more time to process. Make sure fabric, by the way, is under shoulder blades rather than just hooking under your armpits. That'll make it so you're not cutting off your blood immediately. So this will give you a chance to do some nice free form movements for legs or your spine. So different things that feel good. Some options might be a nice twist, like letting your knees just drop to one side for a little while, then the other. Sometimes I'll do frog leg circles. So it's like my knees, I circle them through and then back. And sometimes I'll take one ankle onto the other thigh, letting that knee drop and rotate open. So any of these things that just feel good, feel free to play with them until you feel like, you know, I feel like I'm cutting off my circulation now. And so when you get to that point, just straighten your legs back. No rush to get there, but just give it a little bit of time. Good. And eventually when you straighten your legs back, clasp our hands behind our back, just pull the arms away from glutes. That'll give us a little shoulder stretch. Maybe the head even rocks a little bit to the right. And over to the left. Good. Release. Let's come up to stand. And let's walk up toward the top of our mat. Turn around and face the fabric. And let's wave it out. After all the stretching we did for our legs, let's try a fun little splits just to see how open our legs are today. So from waving it out, you're only taking like 1 or 2 grips. It's gonna be enough that when you sit inside, you're just covering up to your thighs and that's it. Good. So all this excess fabric behind you, swing it all around the right side. And you'll find the tube, and then both of your heels go into the fabric. Good, so just lean forward, a little stretch for both straight legs for a moment. Know that if you don't want to go any further, you could just stay here. That's perfectly fine. If you'd like to try to go toward the standing split with me, what you'll do here is leave your right leg inside the tube here. Left foot needs to step on the fabric that's under your thigh. So once we got the fabric, 1 foot on each side, then bend the knees. Reach the hands up high, and you'll kind of come to a low squat first, popping the feet underneath your body, knees pop out the front, and then from there, regrip high again, 1 hand on each side, to come up to a standing spot. Okay, so you keep 1 hand on each side, you're turning your hips toward your right leg, and then you sink into the splits. So imagine you're trying to hide your hips from the mirror. Just that right hip is completely hidden. Good. I know it's kind of funky, but it's based a lot on arm strength. So when you're ready, go ahead and come back in. Shake out your right foot. Step your right foot by the left and then lower down to sit. That should be just enough to cover up the thighs again. Good. You can even come all the way out if it's funky enough. Good, good, good. We made it. So you'll take the fabric around to the left tube and then stick both feet in it first. A little forward fold for a moment. A couple of good breaths. Feel how nice it is on the back, especially. I love that stretch of my back when I just lean forward. Okay, whenever we're ready, you're going to leave your left foot in the tube. Then right foot comes up under your thigh. Once you've got both feet set up, We'll come to the low spot first. So reach hands up, pop the knees out the front. We're kind of balancing. From there, reach hands up higher, come up to stand. Good. So keep a grip on each side. This time you're turning it toward your left leg, trying to hide that left hip from the mirror. Sink into that splits. Give me one more breath in and out. Good. Come back up. Shift your hips into your right side. That's your dominant side here. Shake your left foot free. And then this time we're ready for Shavasana. So as you head down, you can also just start to kick your legs out so that way you're already heading all the way back. Good. So set up the body comfortably. You're resting. And we'll take a few minutes here right at the end just to be. Imagine all the stretching we've done for our body, really all over the body. We've touched areas all over the spine, the hips, the legs, the shoulders, all sorts of goodies. So imagine this break that we're taking here is like adding vitality to our system. So it's like every breath we take, we're inviting more life force, more prana. The body's loving it. So just enjoy. No, no. So here we'll begin the slow journey back out. It's not a rush at all, so perhaps you're starting off with just deepening the inhale and the exhale. Perhaps start to allow the arms to stretch to the back wall, letting those shoulders wiggle left and right. Some of us may be doing a fetal position, so long side body rolling over to one hip, then curl in and arc back. Doing the one side, make sure you do the other, bringing the body in good balance. When you're ready, we'll work our way up eventually toward a nice seated position. We'll take our hands to our heart and we reconnect with the idea of vitality. Just checking in with our system, how awesome it feels to be so stretched out, how healthy our body feels right now. I believe these are key indicators for that vitality, helping us realize, okay, I can, move freely without so much pain. I can do the activities that I need to do today. And this health, this wellness, this good feeling inside, that vitality, let's allow it to inspire our next steps, helping us to make sure we're not exhausting our system, but moving with this great health. So with all this to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time we got to share together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.